Good morning. It's Paul from Wolf Software Systems here. Get that out of the way. We're going to talk about vector embeddings and a deep dive into how we use them within Intellgient Wolf. This is our Intellgient Wolf platform. We actually build client solutions on this. I'm just going to switch it into a different mode, put it into app launcher mode. It's be nicer. So there we go. So let me just go to intranet. Go to intranet. Just get AI to get me there. There we go. Thank you very much. Intellgient Wolf is actually a framework where we build applications on top of. This is our the system that we've built from the ground up, basically on top of our Intellgient Wolf platform, which runs on WolfStack, which is normally a 3-node Proxmox cluster running Galera cluster from MariaDB with max scale. Sometimes it's 5 nodes, sometimes 7 nodes. It depends on what the requirements are for the client. We've got full connectivity into various different things. So let's move this boy out of the way. So if we're going to applications, we've got our, you can see there's a lot of stuff in here. So I can do integrations. So you can see we can integrate with a lot of different systems, and we can build in any integrations the client needs. Now that's not what this talk is about. This talk is about vector embedding, and I've come here to our internal. We have a wiki built into this, so we use it for our own stuff. I've just done a blog post on our blog at wolf.uk.com, and that shows I'm going to be doing another one a bit later. So I'm going to go through this embedding for the non-technical users. What are vector embeddings? Because a vector embedding is teaching the computer to understand meaning instead of matching just exact words. So normally when we're searching, let's say if we're searching tickets, we search for water leak and it'll only bring up anything with a water leak. So in this case, you know, if you search for plumbing emergency, it misses things. It'll only search for exact word. But with embedding, semantic search with embeddings, we can get all these kinds of things. Now, vector embeddings are actually built into MariaDB. Okay, it's a functional. One of the amazing things that like column databases are quite something, and we've got S3 access is built into MariaDB. You've got to have a look at it. Some things are only available on Enterprise, I think. I might be wrong by that, but we are running on Enterprise. Just want to put that out there. So if you're interested in Enterprise, please get in touch. Or if you're interested in having us build a system for you based on our Intellgient Wolf platform. So back to this. So map of meanings. So if you imagine a virtual world, in fact, I can show you that. Let me just a new page up, a new intranet page up. So I'm going to go 3D vector space. I'm just going to pull this up. So the way we do it is like this. We have a data warehouse table, and in the data warehouse table, we have basically a way of linking records to each other. So in like we'd have 2 ID fields, not two. We'd have one main ID field, 2 ID fields to point to the records. Then we have a bit of JSON data, which is basically what we do is we have a bit of an interpreter that will look through a record in a table and build a piece of JSON that just stores the text from the record. We're not interested in links or anything like that. We're interested in things like, let's say tickets are great. We've got a ticket. What's the ticket about? Who dealt with it? And all kinds of things like that, and all that sort of information. Then we might have a user record against that ticket. So that's actually linked to that. And we store in that table embeddings for all those things. So we're able to do things like this. This is actually a 3-dimensional representation of our current database. And you can see we're running, there's quite a lot of property in this one because at the moment we're building a property platform. And you can see the way that things are kind of linked together. And if you zoom around, and you can zoom around using the mouse, the keyboard, you can see that things are kind of clustered, and that clustering allows us to do kind of searches and things like that with, go back to this one. So allows us to do searches against the whole bucket of data So it sees things that are kind of linked together where you wouldn't normally in a database be able to even think about seeing things like that. And I'll show you a page in a minute that actually does some analysis. So, but how does it work? So when you create a ticket, customer reports Urgent Wolf to lead 515B, the system reads it, it understands the meaning, creates a fingerprint, finds matches, and then gives us better search results. We can do suggestions of it. So what we built was, if I go to home, there is a vector. We've got a vector intelligence page, and what this does is actually interrogates that big bucket of data, that big bucket of vector records, and tells us how our business is doing. We've got, so here it's 60% business health. Actually, it was 80% yesterday, so things have happened. So there are some risks. So we've got capacity risks because we've got a quality design for the last 21 days. There's a lot of surges in work. So you can see how it looks at clusters of things. And normally it has some opportunities if it hasn't done them. Actually, this is probably because I just ran the updater to update the vector intelligence, but we can actually start looking at your business in a completely different way and looking at your data in a completely different way. So that's really where it's at for that sort of thing. Now, there is, so the way we do it is like this. We basically, skip past all this. So we have like an embeddings table, and we link records together. So in this case, in fact, this is code, so it's probably not that exciting. So basically, we have integrated into our system ways of just storing this data down all the time. So imagine it basically is like a big bucket. We have a table that is like a big bucket, which we throw lots of data into, and then we let the AI, then we go off to AI to get the embeddings. Then those embeddings are then used to relate the data to each other. So we can do that with anyone's data. We don't really, doesn't need to be, what we normally do is build an integration, integrate your data into the system, and then produce these kinds of reports and understandings from them. Obviously, this system actually, I mean, our Intellgient Wolf system, I go back to the other way looking at it because it's a bit easier to see my profile. So if I go to my digital workspace, basically you can see that we've got all kinds of systems built into this. So we can basically either, using our embedded technology, MariaDB's embedded vector technology, we can analyze the data that you've got in your system. And by using clustering, we're able to look at things and go, hey, that's a bit of a problem. You know, there's some things going on there. For instance, we can say, for our tickets, I know we had a report the other day where it was saying that there's a problem with a login page being too slow because different people are reported, but people report it in a different way. So some people said I can't log in. Some people said it's really slow trying to get in. I couldn't get in. You know, those things, kind of things reported. But with vector embedding, we're able to actually group those together and go, hey, there's a real problem with logging into the system, which you might not have seen otherwise. Same with reporting for property, for rail, for all kinds of different applications where you can use this kind of vector embedding tech. And we're really happy to talk to anyone if you'd like to do a Google Meet with us and to talk about our tech and maybe how it could help what you're doing or your business. We'd be very interested to talk. So you can just email us at sales@wolf.uk.com. And if you want to have log into the demo system that you can go and play with, then we're very happy to let you do that. But we do need to have a chat with you first. Obviously, this is quite big. So I'm just going to see if there's anything. I think that's probably it. So that's probably it. That's about as deep as I want to go. I could go into all the maths behind it because it's quite interesting, but I don't know if you want to go that deep. Thanks very much to the guy that actually commented on our video. It's quite unusual for us to get anyone commenting on our video, but I hope you really that really makes sense the way we're using vector embedding within our systems. And of course, our systems are completely AI. We have AI built into it, but a really cool way so that we can do things like you can go and edit a company and you can say, oh, I need the VAT number for that company or the company number. You can say, get me the company number for the company and put it in the field, and it'll actually fill the field in. So I just thought I'd throw that in because it's quite a new addition and it's pretty cool. So you can actually use AI to search the web and generate documents. We're fully integrated with Slack and Google Docs, so Google Drive and everything like this, which we use internally, but we can also connect to Microsoft and other things. So we can actually give you, it's not just about us being able to do the vector embedding stuff and do the clever stuff with data and AI, but also providing a complete platform. So if your system is a bit rubbish, give us a shout. We'd love to come and talk to you. We've got all kinds of things running on Intellgient Wolf. We've got a till system running on it. We've got a rail management system running on it. And it just sits on top of our tech below. So anyway, that's enough. Our website there's two websites, intelligentwolf.com, which is this one, and wolf.uk.com. And I managed to get through that whole talk without doing any coughing, which is great. So wolf.uk.com, sales@wolf.uk.com, sales@wolf.uk.com if you'd like to get in touch. And not forgetting MariaDB, who are forever wonderful, who we recommend, support, and build MariaDB databases behind our stuff.